Audio Jungle.
You're welcome to the weekend edition of Bystanders at Instance. Of course, Michael is taking through right here with you, with the reviewers. All right, today's edition of this program, I have two journals, The Nation and The Punch newspapers. What are they saying at the newsstands? Quickly to The Nation newspaper. On insecurity, 36 states governors to meet Buhari over Borno killings. Insecurity, 36 governors to meet President Muhammadu Buhari over Borno killings. Others seek an end to ASU strike, reopening of universities. On top of the paper, 2 killed as INEC holds by-elections in Lagos, Bayelsa, Zamfara. Others, down the paper we have, may not to remain in prison till end of trial, says court. May not to remain in prison till end of trial, says court. 15 Lekki shooting victims storm Lagos panel. We were offered cash to keep quiet, survivor alleges. We were offered cash to keep quiet, survivor alleges. Robbers on rampage in Benin kill 3, operates unchallenged for 3 hours. Operates unchallenged for 3 hours. Lagos Ibadan rail passengers to pay 3,000 to 6,000 naira. COVID-19. Arik air sacks 300 workers. On to the next one, which is the Punch newspaper with the Punch headline. By-elections, police restriction movement in 36 local government areas in Lagos, Imo, Plateau, others. INEC deploys 36,223 staff once against vote buying. Confusion as Abuja Owerri court sack 2 Imo APC candidates. Violence erupts in Bayelsa, 3 killed, buildings touched in Zamfara. And we have a story up the paper here. Makinde buries mom as Oshibajo, Tinubu, Akonde governors attend Awolowo daughter's funeral. And we have something on entertainment. Tope Alabi blocked Ayomiku's father from seeing her. Tope Alabi blocked Ayomiku's father from seeing her. Mayegun Olaoye's brother. And down the paper, we still have the pictures of the victims that were being shot at Lekki Tollgate. We have how we were shot at Lekki Tollgate right here. How we were shot at Lekki Tollgate. NSAS protest victims. You have the picture here. You can see the picture on the front page of this journal. And Lagos trader asks lover to death over 400,000 naira. Please, and these are the stories we have on the front pages of The Punch and The Nation newspaper. We have our reviewers here. Let's get them involved in this. I'll be right back. You're welcome, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, happy weekend.
Same to you.
Now, the military, sometimes ago, were accused of killing the protesters at Lekki Tollgate, which the military men said they didn't. But we have some survivors coming out to the public to tell the whole world that they were shot. Some were shot on their legs, some on their hands, and so many survivors like that coming out to explain what really happened at that Lekki Tollgate. Now, what do you think should be done to these military men that perpetrate this act, since the secrets have been exposed?
I think the military is becoming economical with the troops. Because if you look at the trajectory of their antecedents since these incidents happened, you see that they have that history of changing from time to time, trying to change the narrative. At the first instance, they denied presence at Lekki Tollgate. It was when Mr. Governor came out to refute their position that they actually deployed their men, that they alluded to the fact that they were there. Secondly, at the point, they say they only went there with blank bullets.
Not live.
At the point, CNN came up with these reports, and so many Nigerians challenged them, so many security experts have spoken about it. They have admitted now that they went there with blank bullet and live ammunition. Now, I've equally read about somebody who had his leg amputated as a result of that shooting. I think the military should save itself of this embarrassment by owning up for their culpability and apologize to Nigerians. Because by so doing, it will save their already battered image. They start looking at how to redeem the image. And again, if you look at the negative effect it's having on the Nigerian army and Nigerian government globally, the reason our Minister of Information said that our foreign partners are refused to sell an ammunition to us may not be unconnected with this act of irresponsibility on the part of Nigerian army. Not only on these incidents, but the way they handle Nigerians. And when there is extrajudicial killing, where there is violation of human rights, the way they go about denying it, they don't own up. I think it does not portray Nigerian army as a responsible one. Knowing that you are being paid by taxpayers' money, turning the same arm they use taxpayers' money to buy against the same citizens that pays you is worrisome. I don't think this happens in a civilized society. But what I'm saying is, going forward, I think what the Nigerian army need to do is to do a thorough overhaul, a thorough rejigging of their whole operational system. Because we have said this over and over. I don't think it is honorable for them to continue denying, because all the evidence are bound.
Very clear.
People coming out to counter their argument of not going there with live ammunition. People coming out to say they were shot with evidence. The one I read about, even the medical report showed that the person was shot at the Lekki toll gate. And you cannot claim to have used blank bullet when the impact of the explosion of the bullet can cause somebody's leg being amputated.
Another survivor said he was shot and he woke up the next day in the hospital.
It's unfortunate.
In the hospital.
I agree with you. It's unfortunate that the army is still denying. I think they should come clean and apologize to Nigerians. We have said the apology, but not before we have said the apology, they must do a thorough cleansing of that military system. Because so many things is not working.
Now, what can you say about Jonathan's annoyance, his grievances towards the unity of this country that's been jeopardized by insecurity and all sorts of mishap?
The way it is, it's unfortunate that Nigeria have never been this terrorized. It is no surprise that the War Terrorism Index have rated Nigeria as the third most terrorized nation in the world. So that alone shows you that it is not well currently. Then Jonathan, as a former leader, may know more than what we know. But that notwithstanding, I don't think he's in a better position to criticize any government, because he equally have his own share of security challenge while he was the president. At a point before the 2015 election, we saw improvement in the fight against insurgency. Perhaps maybe because they hired some machinery. And this government came on board and jettisoned that idea. Maybe that's why I've seen a serious resurgence of that insurgency. But having said that, I don't think it is even a better time to start apportioning blame. Because what we are looking at is how to salvage the situation. Because as we speak, life of Nigerians are at stake. In the Northeast, we are here moving about freely.
We even have
it's not the same thing in the Northeast.
We have about 36 governors that are trying to meet the president on this same insecurity issue.
They need to do that. And I think Mr. President cannot continue keeping everybody in abeyance. He must act swiftly now. There is no better time to fire the service chief other than now. Because if you look at it the way it is, I don't think there is any stakeholder that have not lent his voice to the point that the service chiefs will be shown the way out of those offices. And I think if everybody is speaking in the same way, speaking on the same point, I think Mr. President should give it attention. Because you cannot continue doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. These men have been there for more than 5 years running now. And their effort is not good enough. Because we are seeing Nigerian citizens being killed, being maimed, being kidnapped, being tortured, all manner of inhuman treatment that you can think of.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Machi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Quickly to the business of today. David, 36 governors to meet President Buhari on insecurity. What will be the outcome? What will they be discussing? Will the president listen to them?
Thank you. First and foremost, I think on this issue of insecurity, it has become so worrisome that everybody now can no longer sleep with their two eyes closed. So I think the paramount security and everything of every government is to protect life and property. And then I think on this issue of the state governor meeting with the president, he is a welcome development. So for them to like draft up plans, if it's for every state governor to just go back to their state and then again.
Is it create a security outfit?
Yes, exactly. Create a security outfit that will drive the security architecture of that state, because now it shows that the police, the navy and the army can no longer protect life and properties. So now we need internal bodies, policing within every region, within every state, just like you have in this state, Amoteku within
Ondo state, right?
Yes,
or the southwest.
And then again, let every state also draft out plans within their own locality, starting from the ward to the local governments. Let them be on ground for them to, because these people perpetrate this act from the local communities. Within the streets now, let there be a security outfit that would always man this locality just to forestall violence. This because see, Nigerian police, Nigerian army, and Nigerian navy cannot be everywhere in the country. And then and then see with the way things stands now, Nigeria short lack what manpower in terms of our security. There's deficiency in the army, in the police, and then in the navy. So now what's everything that should be discussed there? It should be a way that the federal government should empower states according to our constitution, empower them, let them go back to their states, and then let them also create their own security outfit so as to foster violence, insecurity, banditry and kidnapping, because this has become so worrisome. Just like what Pastor said now, according to the global index terrorism, Nigeria is supposed to be third in the world. Nigeria is supposed to be third, and then which is supposed to be so. So please, I need every meeting that should be held should be fruitful. It should just be issue-based discussion. Because if you cannot secure life and property, there is no way our society can grow. Just like what I said yesterday and some days back, I said Mark Zuckerberg wants to pull out his own investments out of Nigeria just because of what insecurity. You cannot, as you see, any country that is not secured cannot develop.
Now, you just like what Mr. Matthew said, he said you cannot be doing same thing with the same approach and expect a different result. Now that about 36 governors will be meeting with the president in Aso-Rock over insecurity that is currently causing serious threat in the nation. Do you think the president will have a rethink and rejig the security system and also sack the service chiefs that he has been told to sack for a very long time?
Even if Mr. Mike Adekunle, even if he does not want to sack them, I don't know anything best known to him. He happens to be a military man. He has been to the battlefield. He has been to wars. He knows how things have been done in terms of military hierarchy. He should also contribute his own quota to them. Tell them this is what you to do. This is what you are not doing. It's because this is somewhere you've been to. So now you cannot tell me in terms of journalism you know where you are, what you need to do at the right time, because this happens to be your field. So I think at this point he has been a major general, so he knows what it takes just to combat what insecurity. So if he thinks these people, this is what they are not doing, and then this is what they should be doing, he should also lend them the advice, because in terms of experience, I think the president is more experienced and vast compared to them, because he has been to Jaji in this thing, and then again also see he has been to War College. In terms of being going to war school, the president have been to this place, and then most of these service chiefs might have not been there. So he should also contribute his own quota, give them new innovations for them to tackle insecurity, because you cannot be doing the same thing every year and expect results. It's impossible. And then again, I am not saying he should come and tell us how they want to combat insecurity, because see, when it comes to because when it comes to security issues, you don't disclose it
to the public.
Yes, to the public. You just keep that to yourself and then to your carbon. So now I'm not asking him, he should come and tell us. He should also learn his own service chiefs, and then let the governors also contribute in what way ever they think that service chiefs needs to go about combating insecurity in the land.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right, we've reviewed the stories we have on the front pages of these journals with our reviewers. Join us next time on Monday for another edition of Bystanders at Instance. Happy weekend to you. Stay safe, keep cool, and don't forget to subscribe to Flip TV Plus and Flip TV. You can also join me on Facebook, Michael Timothy Adekunle, Michael. Have a great weekend, everyone.